Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. This is Coach Lee, and we're working on speech anxiety in all its gross forms. And I'm talking to
Tarek.
Tarek. Okay, I coached him a bit, but I think some have other people coached you as well from our group.
Yes,
Who else has coached you? I don't remember.
it was Javier and Prathusha.
Okay, well you're sampling everybody.
I know.
You're running out of excuses, buddy.
I know. I mean, it's not you guys, it must be me.
We're going to punch you out. When I talked to him in August of 2023,
Gosh.
at which time he couldn't remember the last bad incident. And he wrote his Stop Stuttering story. And I guess that was posted. And then I talked to him in October, a couple of months later, and he had had a couple of bad incidents and where he didn't use his speech plan, which was soft, talk less, link, and stop. And I noted that he had a problem with stops. He didn't seem to stop, so that meant that his it was continuums, and that builds pressure and it increases the heat, and it just makes the problem more difficult in the stage when you're trying to avoid the problem. I mean, obviously, as long as you have bad incidents,
Mhm.
you're going to continue. You'll do it till you die. But if you shut down the bad incident, if you refuse to do them, if you stop talking and take a two count and start again and speak in very short increments of words, as I am doing now, and push your air through your words, as I am doing now, like singing without a melody. When I'm worried, without the song, without the melody. When I'm worried, same thing. My stomach is just as hard when I did that as when I sung it. You got to think like you're singing. You just don't have a melody.
One problem I encounter is when I try to stop, um, those become opportunities to fear and plan words. It's
Of
not
course,
lowering my pressure. Yeah,
of course they do. Of course they do. And beating this thing is it becomes like so many things in life. It's a matter of determination. It's like I woke up this morning. I usually go to a gym. I have my own gym here in the house.
oh well.
And when I wake up, I usually go to the gym and I do certain things in there. But most mornings when I wake up at roughly the same time, I mentally am trying to find excuses not to get out of bed and go in there.
Of course.
And some days Goodley, or most days Goodley gets up and goes to the gym and does his thing. But there are days when Badley keeps him in bed.
Sure.
And you're doing the same thing, except we're not talking about going to the gym. We're talking about your speech, and it's a matter of it's like a hand wrestling. It's how much pressure you put on forcing yourself to think what you need to think. And one of the problems with coaching people, PWS, is it's very easy for me to give you five or six or seven or eight or nine or 10 suggestions, but
Yeah.
you can't do that. You can only really do one thing at a time, maybe two or three. But I mean, people say I'm multitasking.
Mhm.
Yeah. I said to me, when you're multitasking, it means you're not doing anything well. You're
Yeah.
screwing up, pretty much everything. But life sometimes forces us to do that. We don't have a choice. Maybe our job forces that, but
Sure.
whatever. But to the extent we can, we need to focus hardest on we need to determine, you need to determine what of our methods is most beneficial to you and
Sure.
focus primarily on that. If there's a runner up, that's number two. And if there's a third one, that's number three. And
Okay.
maybe you bounce around a little bit. You probably can't go beyond that. But I am forever trying to find a simpler way to help PWS beat this problem. And the simpler I can keep it,
Yeah.
the faster we beat it.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I will ask you some questions and
okay.
I'll listen to you and we'll take it from there. Okay?
Sure. What helps me most is linking. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Good, good.
Um, but I'll start planning those words I'm gonna link. So, I mean, I'm
Yeah,
still
but
word planning.
the thing is, Tarek,
Hmm.
the average person knows probably 100,000 words and uses 10,000 routinely. Now, you have a lot of, here's what I say to you. The minute you start planning a word,
Yeah.
guess what? You're not going to use that word.
How? I don't know what that
How?
means.
You're
I
going
don't
to
know.
use another word. You're going to use another word. And look, the easiest way to do it is to begin it. Crutch number four, insert a sound or another word. But inserting a sound is the easiest thing because you don't even have to think of a word. I can when I if I'm going to get stuck on Lee, which I used to just blow me away.
Yeah.
I don't try to say Lee. I make a sound or I say another word and so well and Lee so Lee well Lee. The minute I say another word, it breaks the block every time. And if I make a sound, it does the same thing. Oh, Lee, say that.
Lee.
So Lee,
So Lee,
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 and Lee.
and Lee.
So Tarek, I have to swallow the T.
Yeah,
So
that one's hard.
Tarek,
So Tarek.
yeah. And so you missed the T. And if you want to, if you feel like, oh, don't let anything embarrass you because nothing you doing is worthy. And nothing that you're doing is really embarrassing in the opinion of the listener, unless you wipe out and you can't say your name or you absolutely blow it as you've done and as I've done, unless you go to that level, and that's humiliating. Anything short of that, that's what I'll call a first degree crime. It's like murder, treason, or something. That's the worst. But that's the only thing we can't do. Any other offense is not an offense. There's no penalty for it, and we laugh it off. Forget about it. I mean, you got to make up your mind. You're not gonna worry about any speech problem you have unless it's a total wipeout. That's the only thing that's going to bother you. Otherwise, you're just another guy. You're a human being. You screw up sometimes. So
Yeah.
what? And and you're gonna most of the time look, if you want to, you can stay in this program till you're the best speaker and I can prove it to you. Pratyusha can prove it to you. Other people can prove it to you. You can do it, but you got to stop the blocks. Now, I'm telling you right now, with C4, keep it simple, stupid, the KISS principle. Anytime you got a word you can't that you're concerned about, you get to the edge of the cliff. If you try and force it, you go off the cliff. But the minute you stop talking and back up and use a method, you don't have a problem. The easiest method to use, we have 13 crutches out there. The easiest one to use is four, a
Yeah.
sound. That's the easiest thing at all. Oh, the Harik, oh, Lee, United States. I don't care what it is. The minute I make a sound,
Yeah.
I've broken the block. Period.
So how do I pause in a way that's not adding pressure or giving me an opportunity to plan words or
Well, one thing you one there there's a lot of things you can do, but when you make a sound, that will fill your mind.
mm,
Ah, fills your mind. Fills your mind.
okay.
And you hold that into any words you want. You can do it. I would also say another thing that has an amazing efficacy is smiling. You say, well, it takes 12 muscles to smile.
Yeah.
Did you know that? 12
Yeah.
muscles.
Yeah.
12. And to do that, it's an effort. I'm not good at it. I don't have one of these great smiles. That a lot of these black people have the greatest smiles on the planet. Their teeth are this big, and they're smart here to here. They have the. I would love to have one of those smiles. I can barely see but when I smile, my whole life changes, and everything I project changes. And to hold the smile is a real challenge. It's a challenge right now.
Yeah.
Hold my smile. But if I hold my smile and do a sound too, Lee's my name. I'm talking with Tarek. We're going to work on our speech problem right now. And it's a lot of fun because we get better every day, every way. We love to speak so much. And we're going to smile the entire time we do it. What do you think of that?
I think I'm not getting better every day. That's why I'm frustrated.
Well, damn it, you can. But the way you get better every day is you cannot allow. You are still, if you're not getting better, there's
Mm-mm.
one thing you're doing for sure that's wrong.
Yeah.
You are forcing words that are blocked, and you
That
can do it.
and I'm planning words, right? I mean, I'm doing both.
Well,
Yeah.
that's okay. You're planning, however, if you start, if you simply start talking without any that somebody says, just talk, tell me anything, I don't care what you do. And you just babble about nonsensical things. That's another way. I could talk all day long about nonsensical things, and so could you. But you got to keep you in that sense, in that situation, you're talking in continuums.
Hmm.
You're talking, you're not using enough stops and so
Right.
forth.
Right.
But when you want to start talking,
Yeah.
if you will start with a sound
Okay.
and keep holding it through what you have to say, but keep it short. I want you to say anything you want to say to me right now, but I want you to do it in short increments of words, as I am doing right now. Short means short.
Right.
Stop means stop. 1001. 1 second. 1001. I will stop. 1001. Between 1001, every increment 1001 of words. I can talk all day long this way. You will never think I have a speech problem or that I'm manipulating my speech.
No, that's true. I can't stop without panicking, right? The stops are adding pressure. I'm trying, Lee. Pratyusha's drilled me and I try to do it.
But look, part of your problem is the classic, what Henry Ford, who
Oh
he
yeah.
the
Yeah.
automobile,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to quote,
Yep.
when
Okay.
I say I can
Okay.
or I can't,
Yeah.
I'm right. And you're saying, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't. And as long as you do, you'll be right. The minute you say, I'm not a freak, I can do what Prathusha can do, or Lee or Clifton or any of those people. You can do what I do.
I know I don't believe it, right? Because I'm trying, but I'm not getting
That's
anywhere.
bullshit. You don't believe it. Why don't you believe it? You're a
Well,
freak. What makes you a freak? I don't think you're a freak.
I might be. I mean,
No,
because
you're not. No, you're not. You're looking for an out. You gotta look for an in, not for an out.
I mean, I've been trying. It's not a lack of effort.
Look,
I'm
I can think as I talk to you, I can think of other things that would be helpful.
okay.
Number one, everybody's voice has a timbre. If we took you to a piano and my wife would could find for you where your range is, and she would show you on a piano what where your voice corresponds to what keys on a piano, and mine would be different, and she could find that timbre. Now that's your voice range. Now when you come out of it, you won't stutter. Period. 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 Now, if you come out of it and stay out of it, all the time you talk up here, all the time, eventually the stutter guy will get up there. Or if you
Yeah,
go way down here, he'll eventually get down there. But we don't do that. We only come out of our voice range when we have a problem. I can do it when I need to do it, and I don't want to do it. And enough, so the timbre by going high or low, either one, you will break a block. There's something else you can do that's related to that, and that's use your softer voice. Can you talk in a soft voice? Can you do that?
sure. I can talk in a soft voice. Yes.
I want to hear it. Pretty much a whisper. Can you
Okay. Almost a whisper like this. Yes.
whisper is you gotta it would be helpful if we didn't have if we just it's a loud whisper, but it's still a whisper. This is my voice. This is my whisper. Do you have a whisper? Can you whisper?
Whisper.
A
No.
little bit louder. A little bit louder.
Whispering right now. Here
Oh
you
no, no,
go.
that's too loud. You gotta look. Come on,
Okay.
come on, come on.
What, so is this too quiet? I don't know.
That's
Okay.
a little better. That's a little
Okay.
better.
All right.
Your soft voice. You can
So
find a soft voice. I also said you can go high. Can you go up here? Can you go up here?
I'm gonna do a high voice like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go.
You go down here. Can you go down it?
Very low like this. Yeah. Very
That's
low.
yeah. Very low.
Okay.
High, low, and soft. Soft is. Are you married?
No, I wish, man.
All right. So let's say you're married or you're living at home, and
Okay.
there's a baby in there,
Yeah.
and you talk too loud. I'm telling you right now, your voice is loud,
Okay.
louder than most people I know.
Mm,
You could probably be a singer. You could have probably sung opera outside without a mic.
mm,
You got a voice, you got a big, strong chest cavity. But in the case of having a problem with your speech, the softer you speak, the easier it is to speak.
okay.
But I don't hear you going soft when I say go soft. You say, I'm going soft. Is this soft? That's the way you sound to me. Yeah, how's this? Is it this? How's this? Is this soft?
I
Is
think it's
or
pretty
how
quiet.
about this? Is this soft? That's what I'm hearing from you.
It's not that loud.
Well, it's close. I want you to go soft. Can you hear
Okay.
a difference in my voice when I'm
Yes.
soft? I want to hear a difference in your voice.
Okay. I'm talking in a soft voice
That's
right
a,
now.
that's a little better.
A little.
Stay there.
Okay.
As close to a whisper as you can get. Well, a total whisper is not that great. It
Okay.
can only be heard very close. But when you have just a little bit of voice with the whisper, here's the whisper. It's my whisper. if I put just a little bit of voice with the whisper? Can you do that? Whisper. And then put just a little bit of voice. Whisper, whisper.
Whispering to them.
And then put a little bit of voice with the whisper.
I'm putting in a little bit of voice with the whisper.
Talk to me that way. Talk to me that way.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have a question, Lee. If I am trying to link my words, but I'm still planning words, am I doing something wrong? I mean, am I missing something?
You can't plan words. This is why one reason why we read aloud. When we read things, read things like poetry and song lyrics that are metered and rhymed because they have a cadence. And when we follow the cadence helps too because it has a beat and we're trying to keep up. Have you ever sung? Did you ever sing?
Maybe in elementary school, yeah.
Oh, okay. I used to sing and I sung when I stuttered. And of course, I never stuttered when I sung. And I sung solos, I sung duets, I sung trios, quartets, quintets. I did it for years. I won a number of amateur shows. They used to have amateur shows when I was a kid. They were very common.
Yeah.
Every community had amateur shows. And I was on a radio live and all that stuff. And I never had any problem singing. But if they said, introduce yourself or
Yeah.
something, I couldn't do it. There's no way I was going to do it. So until several years of screwing around with it and messing up, 3 or 4 years. And I just figured out a few things, but it was enough that by the time I was 30, I wasn't stuttering anymore under pressure. It
It's
was
awesome. Yeah.
important to me because I
Yeah.
was practicing law.
Hmm.
I was in court.
Yeah.
I had to say my name.
Hmm.
So, okay. So look,
So you're saying uh you can't plan words
no,
if they're linked?
no, you can't.
I'm telling you, I'm doing it. I mean,
Well, I didn't say you couldn't think words if you want to think them.
I don't want to. It's automatic. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's a habit. But when you devote, you're not devoting yourself. You're not committing fully. It's kind of like in a sport. I
Mhm.
played baseball in
Mhm.
high school, and I
Yep.
played it in college as well. And I was not a great athlete. I was one of those people that it came hard for me. I carried a bat around. I drilled a hole in it, put lead in it, and I carried the bat with me everywhere I went. I had a short bat. And every time I was near a tree or anything, I would practice hitting the leaves at different levels. I had the worst batting average on my team in high school. We were like third in the state of Missouri. And in college, I had the best batting average on the team.
It's awesome.
And it's because I taught myself how to hit. And I got very focused on swinging at different levels. And I did it over and over and over again. Now I've lost my point. I'm trying to look, as long as you focus on your habit and not on what I'm suggesting, the habit's always, if you don't focus, let me put it differently. If you don't focus fully on our methods or something else that's positive, um, you're going to keep stuttering as long as you live.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do to help you.
I mean, I'm trying, man. It feels like when I'm under pressure, there is a gun to my head, basically, right? I mean, I'm trying to concentrate on the linking. I mean, I really am.
Now, what sense does it make to you that you can be totally fluent with me right now?
I knew you were gonna say it. I knew.
And then you hang up the Skype and you have to raise your hand in class or somewhere where you got to talk,
Yeah.
and you suddenly go into this other persona.
It doesn't make any sense logically. I know. I know.
There is, if you can do this, or
Um, yeah.
you can talk. Now you can sit there and deny it all you want, and you can tell me, "Oh no, I'm a special case. I always think words boo hoo hoo." No, you don't. Not if you use a sound. Oh, Larek is my name. Oh, I live in Connecticut. Oh, I used to stutter. Oh, I'm a such and such mechanic. You can always make a sound, and don't tell me you can't.
So,
When you
okay.
make a sound,
Yeah.
you can, if you hold that sound, you can say any word you connect that sound to. When you run out of breath, you're out of breath, and you got to stop. 1001, and you start again. I will start again with a sound. That's the easiest way to do it. It will always work. It will always work. Now, if you say, "Oh, I'm thinking a word and it won't work," if you hold the sound, it takes thought to hold the sound.
Yeah.
And if you will hold the sound as long as your breath holds and keep it short,
Yeah.
whatever it is. I mean, you can make the first word into a sound launch. That's another way to do it,
Yeah, I was gonna ask
even
about that. Yeah.
smoother. But I'm just saying, you don't have an excuse for making a sound or saying, "I can't make a sound." That's not true.
Okay. Um,
You can
I
always make a sound. And if you hold your sound, that's why 99% of stutterers say, "Oh, I can sing, no problem. Can I sing what I have to say?" Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. It depends on where you are.
yeah, not everywhere. Um, okay.
But most of the time, you and I, whatever it is we do, we can make a sound, and no one cares. And I can make it loud, I can make it soft, I can make it long. Oh, my name is Lee. Or I can make it short. Oh, my name is Lee. My name is Lee. My name is Lee. My name is Lee. You can't even hear me doing it. And I'm
Mm,
putting a sound in front of my name every time.
yeah. Okay.
I practice that. You practice stuttering. I practice that. You can always make a sound. Don't let yourself off the hook. That's BS, man. I don't do anything you can't do. I'm not, I mean, well, there may be some things, but they have nothing to do with speech. There's nothing I do with my speech that you can't do.
I I will talk using a sound launch and linking my words for the rest of our session.
Good.
Okay.
And just remember, the softer your voice, the easier it will be.
the the more things I try to concentrate on, the worse I get. So
Okay. Then just
yeah.
focus on the sound and keep it short. So
Okay.
thinking, you're
Uh,
thinking,
okay.
start with a sound and keep it short.
Okay. I I'll tell you this. Last weekend I had a date, and that is generally a higher pressure situation for me. Um, it did not go great, mostly because I wasn't really listening to the other person, right? I was worrying about my speech, and I was not saying the words I wanted to. I was only saying the words I could, which were not very interesting, which are things like, oh, tell me more about that, or oh, that sounds interesting, right? So,
Now, all right, you want to know you want to know the easiest way to be a great, the easiest way to be a great conversationalist?
Yes.
Ask questions. You say, I did that. Well,
I did that.
you can build, I can do this with anybody. I
Yeah.
want to give you, and I'm not special, but I'm telling you that even when you think a word and you're threatened with a block and you're teetering on the edge of a disaster, again, you start with a sound, or you hold it through what you're going to say. Keep it as short as you possibly can and say what you need using the first word as a sound launch. There is nothing that I can't say when I use the first word as a sound launch. It may be a bit labored for a while
Yeah.
until when? Until I relax and don't need to do it. And that'll be soon, very soon. I promise you that. Meanwhile, when I use the first word as a sound launch, I can say anything I want to say, anywhere, anytime, to anybody. And I'm doing nothing you can't do right
Uh, Right. There's a part of me, like you said in your email, that is thinking, what if it sounds weird to use a sound launch, right?
You got to use force, mental force. Oh, my name is Sarek. Oh, I can do this. If you can make a sound, you can talk, buddy. You can say anything you want. I don't care all the words you've ever screwed up in your life. That's history.
Okay, so just
Nothing going to stop you. Nothing.
so just don't worry about what other people might think or not.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
and look, the softer you make it,
Yeah.
easier it'll be.
Easier.
The more you use a sound at the beginning or make the first word a sound launch. When I speak, I will make the first word. That's an easy way to do it. But if you can just start with the sound.
Yep.
I will say anything that I need to say. That's a bit labored, but you don't
Yeah.
have to do this forever. When you get comfortable doing it, you won't need to do it. Suddenly, you'll just do it. It'll be easier than stuttering and more fun, and you can do it. But you got to do it. And I threw in smiling because it helps too. Smiling is something that's easy to do. It improves your karma. It'll make everybody like you better. It'll make you have a better time. When you smile, you send an endorphin message to every single one of the 30 trillion or however many cells there are in your body.
Right.
Every cell gets a message.
Yep.
There's a challenge for you. Don't talk unless you smile first and hold on to it. They say, well, you're fun. You've known people that come into the room, and when they come into the room, they light up the place. You've known people like that.
Yeah.
The minute you start smiling before you talk and as you talk, you become one of those people. Maybe not as glowing as some of the more glowing ones, but
Yeah.
you're going to glow too.
The, um, I think there are some situations where it's weird to smile, right? Like if it's a serious work meeting.
Once again, no, that I don't agree with that.
No?
I think a smile works in any work situation. And if you're saying why did our sales drop by 50%,
Yeah.
maybe, and Tarek, we want you to explain it. Oh, that's a very serious subject.
Yeah.
But there are very few things. There's a I guess there's a broad smile and
Yeah.
there's a pleasant expression,
Yeah.
and it takes thought unless you're naturally that's what you are naturally. Some people are. I'm not, but some people are. So, but you can train yourself to have a pleasant expression. I'm sorry that we have some negative things to discuss today
Yeah.
for sales, but we're working on some major changes, and I think we're going to make a good recovery. But here's the situation: we dropped 50%. You know, I mean, be pleasant. See, what bugs me about you at the moment is whatever methods I suggest, you're thinking of why they won't work, not why they will.
Sure. Yeah.
You're looking at somebody who's made them work for a lifetime, 50 years.
Yeah.
And I, eventually became thought of as a great speaker. I mean, I was sought after in 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 electrical communications industries, radio, television, cable television, telephone, microwave, cellular telephone. I became a prominent speaker in those areas.
Yeah.
I wrote several books on the subject. I love to speak.
I know.
Stutterer,
I'm jealous, man. I want to love to speak. It's
but
just
it's not hard.
it is
That's
hard. It's pretty
that's
hard.
the point. That's the point. Well, you're letting your past experiences dictate your future. When you change the way you approach it, the problem dissipates itself. When you think about speech, as I mean, we're the only creatures on the planet that can do it.
Yeah.
Everybody else barks or grunts or something. Or squawks, and here we are, with vocabularies of countless thousands of words, and it's wonderful when when you speak.
Mm.
I have found the single word that has helped me the most with my speech
Mm.
is the word how. When I speak, I think, how can I say it in a way that will make this guy believe it more and embrace it and use it and join the winning team, the team that loves to speak. We love to speak, man. We can't wait. It's a blast. How can I convey that?
I um One thing I struggle with is the belief, like definitely, right? That this will work, that I
Yeah, but why
can.
can't why can't you look around you at
Yeah.
all the people who've made it work? I got a document. I personally have helped over 300 people that I can identify by name, like you. I personally can identify at least 300 people like that.
It's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Took me a lot of time.
Sure.
One of them I coached 100 times. 100.
It's more than me. It makes me feel a little better.
Most people, it's not that much,
Yeah,
but I'm better now than I used to be,
sure.
or should be. But look, the word how, when you start speaking, If you preface your thoughts with the word how can I say, and make this person understand and appreciate my message better? What can I do? I move around. I'm not a statue. I'm
Yeah.
not a mannequin. I move all over the place. I use my hands sometimes, whatever. I move around. How? I don't fake anything. I'm really trying to be convincing, doing everything I can think of to make it more believable because it's true. And I'm not doing anything that requires special intelligence, special muscles, special coordination, or anything else. I'm just following some basic principles that you can follow too if you want to do it. And if you stop thinking, I can't,
The,
start thinking, I can. If he can do it, I can do it because you can. And it's fun. It's so much fun. I
well,
mean,
it's tough. I don't know that I call it fun. It's very hard, but I mean, it works. So that's all that matters.
that's right. So you're thinking, how can you say it like you really mean
Um, I will try to do that with the sound launch and the linking. Um, what did you used to do if you were in a situation and you were overwhelmed with the pressure and the feeling of panic, right? Of it won't work or I'm gonna stutter or
it? I would say, so you need good experiences.
hmm
What your mind is focused on is the bad experiences.
yep,
You need to build a repository or a library, if you will, of positive speaking experiences.
yeah,
One way you do that is by exposing yourself to manageable pressure, whatever that may be for you. You know, it's talking to this person or that person or going up to a stranger on a street corner or whatever. Everybody's situation is different, but you need to expose yourself to more situations in which you follow your basic principles. When you start talking, you follow your basic principles. How can I say it like I mean it? That's different from saying, how can I say it like I mean it? Wouldn't you, gay? Wouldn't you say?
yes,
You got to put something into it. Effort, like you're doing chin ups. If you just hang on the bar, you're not going to build your muscle.
sure.
You got to pull yourself up. So you're going to think, how can I do it? How can I say this? What can you tell me? Can you tell me about any food you like, or a sport, or your vacations, or books you read? Or what can you tell me about that's exciting to you? Can you show me something? Tell me now.
Yeah, yeah. I mentioned this, but I do magic on stage or
Ah, that's great.
yeah, at weddings or a corporate event. Um, I am 32. I started at age 10. Uh, so it's been a while.
That's good. The magic stuff is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've only known one other person who did that. Uh, he was very good too. Um,
I'm also pretty good.
I love that. That's so neat.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's very fun.
And now, when you do it, You should have a ongoing line of chatter. You should just be talking a blue straight while you're doing it and smiling and laughing the whole time.
Yeah, I think in most of my performances, I generally have an easier time talking. I am smiling. I am having a good time. I think recently, even when I'm performing, I have been struggling to talk fluently. Um, so that's been a little bit hard.
The more you do it, the
Yeah.
easier it'll get.
Okay.
But the basic rules using a sound launch, linking, that's a three thing. The sound launch, that's another, that's a sound-based approach. Just making, I mean, whether you make the first word into a sound launch or you make a sound and hold it into the word, it'll
Mm.
either way will work.
Okay. I,
And then
I'll,
if you keep it short, as as long as you hold your tone,
mm.
you'll never stutter. When you speak, hold your tone through your words. Say that, do what I'm doing. How are you? Do that.
How are you?
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
What time is it?
What time is it?
My name is Tara.
My name is Tarek.
When you hold your tone like that,
Mhm. Um,
nothing can keep you from saying the word. You start with a sound. That's not a word. That's a sound.
mm.
Now, if you
Uh,
make the first word into a sound, it's both.
yeah.
So, and you can do it either way. You the sound alone or make the word into a sound. That's either way works fine. And then hold your tone to the stop. Nothing can stop you anywhere, anytime. It cannot happen. Now, if you break your tone,
Yeah.
so well, I think about words. No, listen, if you're thinking about holding your tone, you're not thinking about words. I can be somewhat thinking about words, but it wouldn't matter if I'm really holding my tone. I can throw in any word I want.
When you make the sound, like when you use the word as a sound launch, is that sound coming from your throat or your mouth or
Don't worry about it.
the
It just works.
the
It's,
reason
it's
I
coming from all of those places,
okay.
but it's irrelevant. I mean, it's natural. You're doing what's natural.
Okay.
Eating and breathing, seeing,
Mhm.
every all the natural body functions. It's just one of those functions. It's
So
something
the
you can do.
reason I ask is I think at times I make it from my throat and it's unnatural, like it hurts. But when I do it from my mouth, it feels more natural and it does not hurt. That's why I was asking.
Now you're talking to a guy who used to be able to hit high C
Mm,
sitting in a chair without warming up. Now, having said that, I have never in my life thought about what you just said.
interesting.
Never.
Mm,
Does your affirmation include, do you do your affirmations every day?
yep.
You do them before you go to sleep and when you get up?
I only do them at night.
Well, you should do them in the morning as well. Look, you're trying to change a lot of inappropriate thinking. And it takes time and it takes effort on your part, and no one can do it except you.
I'm
And
certainly
the
trying. Yeah.
affirmations
Yeah.
should include I love to speak, I love to say my name, Tarek.
Hmm.
That should be one of your affirmations. Um, I assume you're using affirmations similar to the ones in my books.
Yeah, I have included ones like I love to speak, and I say those, but I'm not believing them
Why not?
because I'm not having the positive speech experiences, right? It's like I'm blocking.
But you are.
Well,
Look, you
now
don't tell me that the only time you've been fluent in the last 5 years is in this session, because I don't believe it.
that's true. I think generally I'm not having positive speech experiences, just g- generally.
So you're saying what percentage of your speech are you stuttering?
Even talking to my mother or my family members, which are the lowest rung of my speech ladder, that is not consistently easy for me.
It's kind of like you're trying to become a good uh, arm wrestler
Mhm.
and you won't exert any pressure. So we keep putting you down because you won't exert any pressure.
I'm
Say,
definitely trying. I mean, it's not a lack of effort for sure.
you can always make a sound. You have no excuse and you never will.
Okay.
If you can make a sound, you will break the block on any word without exception, as long as you hold the sound into the blocked word. You
You
will
have to
always break it
concentrate, right? I mean, it
one
really,
word at a time.
yep.
Well, it ain't that hard. Whatever the name is, pharmacy, television. I may have to swallow the first letter a little bit, but I'll say it. I mean, if I break my speech down to one word at a time, I can do it. It's painful, it takes
Mm,
time,
mm.
laborious, but I could do it if I had to do it.
Yep.
And that fact alone there is nothing I can't say.
I'll keep trying. Okay.
You have no excuse for blocking. You're fresh out. It's been a fun ride, I'm sure, but it's over. There's no word you can't say. Oh no! Oh no! I've lost my shield from the world. I
That's
have
true.
to be social. I have to be agreeable. I've got to deal with people. Oh no!
I acknowledge that, Lee. That is definitely part of it. I totally see that. Yeah.
So make a game out of it. Laugh at yourself. We're all funny. Every one of us has problems. They're just different, or they're similar, but they're enough different. Span speeches of one that doesn't affect many people. But even if you have to do it one word at a time, you can do it. You don't have to. If you will, if you will run your words together, as I am doing now, and push your air through your words, you can say anything to anyone,
Okay.
anytime.
Uh, I
And
will
if you
do it.
don't, you're choosing not to. You are choosing not to.
Okay. I'm gonna do it over this next week, starting today.
Okay.
I'm gonna master the linking with the sound launch, and then I can add the soft voice.
Have you talked to Sam yet? I don't remember.
Yeah, I gave a talk 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Do you still come to Sam?
Mm,
Why not? Look, it's all, you're there among friends. You're there, you're practicing. You go there and you raise your hand and you say, "What correction did you use?" Or "How have you done this?" Or "What have you done?" You participate. It's a great place, and you're
Okay.
among kindred spirits. I don't get anything out of it.
Yeah.
I pay to support to keep these programs alive.
Yeah.
But you should be. You never know how long WSSA is going to be around. They may not even be here in another 6 months. Who knows? You should be in there going like crazy. You should be doing practice sessions and practicing with people like Prathusha, that are give these they love people love her practice sessions.
Oh, she's great as a coach, definitely.
So I mean, you should do more. You should come to SAM meetings. You should do practice sessions, and you should post positive things online about WSSA and everything because it'll help other people.
Sure.
It's just I can't do it all. Most of the stuttering world calls me a charlatan, a liar, and a scammer, and all that stuff. I know I'm not that.
I know too. Yeah, I know.
I just ignore it.
Yeah. It's tough. That's
It's
tough.
sad, they're hurting people. Christ. Well, look, the more you do practice sessions, the more you come to Sam, the more you raise your hand, the better you're going to speak.
Okay.
And we boiled it down to, you know, a sound launch and a smile. I think you'd be surprised if you start smiling. You'll be surprised the difference it'll make in your speech.
I'll give it a shot. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
All right.
Look, just
Thank
remember
you.
this. I never cured anybody of anything, but several hundred people I've talked to no longer stutter. And there's no reason in this world for you not to be one of them. It's ridiculous. Don't accept it. Don't accept it. It's nonsense. You've had enough of it.
I sure have. Yeah. Thank you, Lee.
Kick it out.
All right.
I'll
Have a
see
good weekend.
you too.